Hi, welcome back to the Power Play Podcast. I'm Mark, and I'm here with Billy and Chess.
Week 1,
NFL.
We are back.
We are
officially
excited.
back.
We are excited.
We're going over props, money lines, spreads today. Everything.
Just general
involved in
fantasy
week 1.
football in general too.
Yeah.
Just pretty much everything NFL. Let's get it started.
Yeah.
Game number 1 on the board. We got Ravens at Jets. Ravens are 7-point favorites. The total's set at 44. Chess, what are your thoughts here?
Easy game. I feel like Ravens money line, even though it's at 330, you're probably not going to want to bet that, but they're going to win by
Parlay
more.
piece.
Yeah, it's a parlay piece. -7. I think they win easily more than a touchdown. They're miles better than the Jets in every level as a franchise, talent-wise, offensively.
No
and
Zach Wilson.
defensively.
No Zach Wilson.
Joe Flacco revenge game.
At age 47.
Yeah, at age 47. So, I love Ravens here in every way. Points total, everything. I also love Ravens props. What props do you like?
A couple of props that caught my eye here in this game was Mark Andrews over 5.5 receptions. That comes in at plus 112. And then we have a little bit of a juice play here. Odds aren't too great, but it's Devin Duvernay over 1.5 receptions. That comes in at minus 185. And my preferred play here isn't actually a spread on the either side. It's actually the under 44. I think the Ravens win this game by 10 to 14 points, and I don't think the Jets score more than 14 to 17 points. I'm seeing a 24 to 10 game, 24 to 14, 28 to 14, which I think it stays.
I'm agreeing with you in every way.
I think it stays just under.
I don't see Joe Flacco scoring.
No.
I don't see the
Exactly.
Ravens allowing any run offense because they're going to
Brees Hall's gonna. I'm excited for him in this year in general, but
I'm excited for the Jets too this year, but just not with Joe Flacco. And
Yeah, it's just
I
not.
love your Devin Duvernay play with 1.5 there. That's just a fun play, and Mark Andrews.
And Duvernay's he's a really fast guy. He's a guy they look to get the ball to. So when he's gonna get the ball, it's gonna
little.
be
Imagine like those little.
it's gonna be a little
forward
screen. So
passes.
yeah,
That'd be
exactly.
All right,
I
let's go
think we're
next
ready to
game.
go to the next game.
That game's easy.
Yeah. Cleveland traveling to Carolina.
Oh,
Baker Mayfield revenge game.
Yeah,
Not a Baker Mayfield fan personally.
No, we are all Baker haters, especially me being an Ohio State fan. 5 years ago today, that shit happened in Ohio State. He planted the flag. So.
And we'll be able to move through this one relatively quickly. Me and Chess are on the exact same page here. We both like the Panthers money line at minus 120. I think that's a good value there.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett starting for the Browns, very okay quarterback with a very okay offense now. I mean, they don't have too many weapons, wide receivers wise. They still have Nick Chubb. They still have Kareem Hunt, they're gonna get yards, but I don't see them scoring points on the Panthers, especially with. They have a really improved defense, so.
My favorite prop from this game is DJ Moore over 59.5 receiving yards. When it's not going to be dumped off to McCaffrey.
I like that play too.
He is the number one guy.
It's a little sketchy because Denzel Ward could be on him all game. He got a big contract this offseason. That's why it's probably that low, but I would not bet against that prop, so.
Yeah, that's there's not
so far we're on a consensus right now.
Which will change.
Yeah.
Will change. There's not that many. I don't really have any interest in quarterback props in this game at all. Either way. I'm not going to sit here and just bet Baker props for the revenge narrative.
If anything, like under touchdown props if available, but yeah, I don't love No. You're not betting on Jacoby Brissett.
I like that.
Year.
Christian McCaffrey over 5.5 receptions is plus 122.
That's lovely. That's
I like
really
that
good.
one.
He's gonna get like
Considering-
4 checkdowns in the first quarter.
Considering DJ Moore is also at 5.5, I would honestly thought Christian McCaffrey would have been higher because DJ.
They don't have anyone else.
I like DJ Moore a lot more for yards than I do receptions personally.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with Big.
We will see what happens. I'm on to the next one. Another heavy road favorite. Colts and Jonathan Taylor travel to Houston. Face Davis Mills.
Davis Mills. Davis. Yeah, Davis Mills and the Houston Texans. Yeah.
Davis.
Matt Ryan, new quarterback for the Colts this year, I think an upgrade for Carson Wentz, especially with their super balanced offense.
I think anything's an upgrade from Carson Wentz.
Yeah. Agreed there. But yeah, I think the Colts are going to be really good this year. Houston's defense is really bad. They're not going to be able to stop Jonathan Taylor. They're probably just going to be testing out Matt Ryan's receivers all game too. Easy game for the Colts. Line is at 7. I love them to win by at least a touchdown or more. Hammer their over total, under total for the Texans, money line, everything for the Colts. I love that game.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I'm not a Davis Mills believer either.
I am.
Yeah. Well.
And I actually don't really like the 7-point spread either way here. I like the over 46.
I don't agree with that.
Texans, they have Brandon Cooks, Davis Mills, Damian Pierce is suddenly emerging. The Texans, when they have to chuck, which I think they will, I think the Colts will be able to score some points here. I think the Texans aren't going to sit back and not score. I like Davis Mills. He had a lot of flashes last year of brilliance, and I'm not kidding.
It sounds like you are. No. He had flashes of brilliance against the Chargers, who just love to blow games. And that's about it.
This isn't by any means one of my favorite props of the day, but Davis Mills over 220 passing yards. I like.
Yeah, against that Colts defense, I would tell you I hate that prop, and Damian Pierce is a rookie running back. He'll probably fumble this game.
And they'll be going through the air.
Yeah, going through the air and trying to catch up to. Yeah, no,
Colts win, but I'm not touching the spread. And that's just my lean.
The spread's at 7 though, and it's the Colts.
I'm not touching the spread. Mark, do you have any thoughts on this game?
You guys covered it. I'm going to agree with you guys.
We're disagreeing with each other.
We're disagreeing with each other.
So what do you agree with?
You like the Colts to win by more than 7.
Yes.
All right, next game is one of my favorite ones of the day. So I'm going to skip. We're done with the Colts.
I'll just pitch in 2. I don't even fucking care what Jonathan Taylor's props at. Hammer it. Over rushing yards. Texans aren't going to be able to stop him all game. See what that's at for me really quick, please. Rushing.
No.
There.
His rushing props at 99.5.
I'd still take it. That's probably the biggest all week, but
it certainly is. All right, next game. The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Washington Redskins.
Trevor Lawrence.
I honestly, I'm not going to say the Commanders ever. I'll tell you that. And the football team just didn't sit well with me. So, anyways, let's start talking about this game. This game, Jaguars, Washington. Jaguars are winning this game. Trevor Lawrence is throwing for 300 yards. Christian Kirk's having 100 yards receiving. Now, that's for this game. In terms of the Jacksonville Jaguars season, you're going to see a second-year leap from Trevor Lawrence like you haven't seen. That's similar to Joe Burrow. Second-year leap. This Jacksonville Jaguars team is ready to go. They have Christian Kirk. They paid him the big bucks.
Yep.
Rookie running back Travis Etienne. Laviska Shenault, a rising stud, wide receiver in this league.
Didn't they let his ass go or something?
No.
Not yet?
No.
Not yet.
You wish. Marvin Jones, absolute stud. The Jaguars are. I'm looking at their win. What's their win total at this year? Here we go. Here, I'm about to pull it up right now. 6.5 over 6.5 is plus 605. I'd hammer that. Jaguars are making the playoffs this year. Christian Kirk is having 1,000 yards receiving this year.
I don't disagree with that.
No?
Trevor Lawrence will throw 35 touchdowns this year. That's my stance on the Jaguars.
That's a lot of touchdowns for.
They're winning tomorrow. Yeah, that's my thoughts on this game.
Okay, well,
Jaguars plus 125 on the money line. Spreads plus 3. You can take it if you want, but that's if you have no nuts. I'm taking the money line. Jaguars win outright. Carson Wentz is horrible. The Washington lost their only good running back. He got shot, which was pretty tragic. Brian Robinson. I drafted him on a couple of my fantasy teams, and that was that's not why it was tragic, but it was just tragic in general seeing that happen. He was very promising. Antonio Gibson can't hold on to a football anymore. We've seen that in preseason. The better running back there is probably J.D. McKissick.
Yeah, let me know when you're done.
But
I'd have to agree with the game.
Is there an issue?
All right. Antonio Gibson's a good back. He'll get you 70 yards every game if he's getting 13 or more carries.
He's getting 30 carries.
What? Yeah, I don't even want to look at props, but
Christian Kirk over 54.5 yards. Back to you.
Yeah, Jaguars money line. If Jaguars are going to win a game this year, it's going to be this game. Carson Wentz.
They're going to win 10. They're going to win 10.
Yeah. Jaguars win this game. They're not going to win 7 games this year. That's all I have to say. Next game.
Wow, that was a pretty short one from you for that one.
That was a pretty long one from you.
Mark, who do you have winning this game?
The Jaguars, but not to the extent that you do.
Carson Wentz is the quarterback
They still have a good defense, dude.
for the Redskins.
Washington still has Sweat, Chase Young. They still have their linebackers. They had a good secondary last year. They have Terry McLaurin. They have Antonio Gibson. They just don't have Taylor Heineke anymore. Oh shit. Oh, he's back in the XFL or whatever. Now they have an actual quarterback who's taken their team to a Super Bowl and almost won MVP. Let's see what he fucking does. I think the Commanders have more wins this year than the Jaguars. Do you disagree with me?
I just want whatever you're smoking. Okay, next game. Patriots travel to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Oh, go
the
Finners,
new look.
Yeah. All right, this is for you, Kyle.
Patriots
Patriots plus 3.5. I will take that.
Doesn't matter who you bring in if you don't have a quarterback who can't deliver the football. Patriots plus 3.5. I'll take that. Dolphins fans, you're gonna get your hearts broken this year. You guys are gonna suck. I'm sorry. It's not gonna go how you think.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think Tua showed that he could get outplayed by an old Ryan Fitzpatrick in past years. I don't think he's gonna do anything. I don't think the Patriots are going to be great this year either, or are going to play great this week.
They're going to be 500 at least.
If the Dolphins win this week, it's going to be by a field goal. I'll take Patriots plus 3.5. I love that.
Me too.
Any player props really besides?
I don't really know if that's one I want to. That's not really a game I have much interest in for player props.
Yeah,
really.
but Jalen Waddle is a player I like. I think that Bill Belichick has seen Tyreek Hill way too much in his career to let him just get hundreds and hundreds of yards. So Jalen Waddle at 57 yards.
What's his receptions at? Tua just dumps that off all the time.
Yeah, let's see what his receptions are at. I like his yards.
Five and a half.
5.5 at plus 110. I like that. That's bound to hit. And Tyreek's at 5.5 too, which I would take 2, but they're gonna throw everything at
Chase Edmonds
because
is at
Tyreek Hill is what's gonna make this Dolphins team much better, if anything.
It's Chase Edmonds ones interest me. 2.5.
I just don't know how much he's gonna be in the game.
It's fringe.
That one's sketchy. But Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots plus 3.5.
Yeah, Patriots and Jalen Waddle is what you're gonna want to play in this game.
Saints at Falcons.
Yeah, Saints come in at minus 230 money line, minus 5.5 at the spread. This game's
Jameis versus Mariota. It's a rematch.
it's a rematch.
It's a
Of
rematch.
course it is.
Oregon Ducks, Florida State Seminoles.
That's
we know who took
hilarious.
that one
That's
to go
hilarious, actually.
on. That is, honestly.
Yeah, the Falcons are trash, man. They're so bad. Drake London's questionable too with the knee injury already.
Yeah.
They don't have Calvin Ridley.
Shout out Drake.
They have Kyle Pitts, but the Saints have good linebackers and safeties always. They have Tyrann Mathieu this year.
Honey Badger.
I'll take the Saints money line if you want to parlay that, but I don't know about minus 5.5. They always play the Falcons close, and yeah. But the Saints this year, I like Jameis Winston. I like their
I
wide
do like
receivers.
Jameis Winston as well.
I like their wide receivers. I like Alvin Kamara, obviously. Mark Ingram's coming out of the backfield again, which is
As long as Kamara's in his prime, that case will just keep getting pushed. So.
yeah. Kamara's hope. Yeah, as long as Kamara doesn't get suspended, they'll have an alright year.
Me personally, not touching this game.
Yeah.
I don't really. It's just one of those. I don't really know how to gauge it. I guess. There's not that many. I don't have that much interest in this game this week. It's just not one of those I'll be watching. In terms of fantasy football, I can tell you, Lord knows I don't have a Falcon in any league. The only Saint I have Kamara in one. So I don't have much interest in this game.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts' reception prop is at over 4.5. I don't know anyone on the Falcons that is going to catch the ball if Drake London doesn't play other than Kyle Pitts. So if you play that prop, that's a confident prop to play this weekend at 5 receptions for Kyle Pitts.
Heard it from Chess himself. Kyle Pitts, 5 receptions, tight ends. Next
game. I like this next game. Eagles versus Lions. Lions are at home coming off a hard knock series. They're going to come out what?
You taking the Jared Goff
they're gonna come
narrative?
They're going to come out firing. I'm going to tell you
Jared Goff is 4-0 in week 1 covering the spread.
That's very interesting. Lions are +5. I would not bet against the spread. I will tell you that. I think the Eagles probably come away with this game just because the Lions do not know ever how to win. And the Eagles beefed up on everything this offseason. I think are going to be great.
Dan Campbell will run through a door.
He will run through a door, and so will his team, but they will realize that they still don't have talent on their team. And
Amon-Ra. DeAndre Swift is talent.
He's like the only first to second round player they have that's like actually decent. But I like the Eagles in this game, but do not bet against the Lions spread because they will show you that
don't bet
that is terrible. That is just a terrible bet. Devontae Smith is over under for yards is at 45.5. The Lions are known to have the worst secondary ever. That prop is for sure gonna hit. Especially because A.J. Brown is going to be getting a lot of attention. I love that prop. So Devontae Smith is the prop you want to play for this game. You like any other props or no?
Trying to find DeAndre Swift receptions. Goff is a big dump off, kind of similar to Tua kind of guy.
Yeah.
Four and a half at plus.
Wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. It's because
especially with Jamal Williams being a reception back too.
Geez, Amon-Ra's at 5.5.
Devontae Smith is at 3.5. That's crazy to me. I don't understand that. If bet Devontae Smith in this game, they're gonna give A.J. Brown a lot of attention and. Yeah, we'll just leave that.
Yeah. Next game. Steelers travel to the jungle to face Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, you could lead off with this one.
Who Day is right. What a run it was.
Yeah. Tough ending for sure.
Tough ending for sure. Revamped O-line. Lael Collins.
Very solid
Got
pickup,
Jesse
obviously.
Bates back.
Yeah, nothing changed too much except for Lael Collins, and you guys got the other offensive lineman too
Ted.
from, wasn't he from Kansas City or something?
Yeah, captain.
I think, what's the spread in this game?
6.5, 7. It's up to 7.
Oh my gosh.
It was not 7 earlier. It was like 6.
Yeah.
It was 6. I'll tell you that. It's moving up. Wow.
I love
moving.
Everyone this year is going to think the Steelers are not going to come out with more than 8 wins. I love the Steelers this year. They got a more competent quarterback than last year. Ben Roethlisberger has been on the tail end of his career for the last 3 years. They have Najee Harris in his prime. They have George Pickens, who they just drafted, Deontay Johnson in his prime, Chase Claypool in his prime. I think, and they have Pat Freiermuth too, who's a good underrated tight end. Defensively, they showed that they have the defensive player of the year. Mika Fitzpatrick is the best safety in the league. They're really good. Bengals are better. I'm not going to bet against them, but don't think the Steelers are going to be bad this year. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, something that caught my eye from this game is Najee Harris over 3.5 receptions.
I
love that.
I love that
love
too.
that a lot.
Especially with the
minus 124.
Yeah, the new quarterbacks are going to love to dump off to him. He will easily pick up 5 to 10 yards every time he touches the ball, especially against linebackers. That's a great play.
And yeah, I usually don't bet on games involving my team. That's a fact.
Yeah, understandably, as do I most times.
Unless it's Smith and Jigba.
Yeah. If you ever want to know who's gonna get hurt, just hear my props. That's mainly those guys will get hurt. So I apologize to everyone who I'm talking about. Sorry, Mark Andrews and Devin Duvernay, and yeah. All right, next game.
Next game, let's do it. What is it? Next game on the board, we got 49ers heading into Soldier.
Yeah, this game's kind of interesting.
I think the 49ers are a little bit. I mean, there's so many 7-point.
The Bears beat the 49ers in Soldier Field last year with their NFC championship game going to team. And the 49ers are going to be starting their new offense with Trey Lance. I think Elijah Mitchell's questionable. He'll probably play, but he won't be great. Deebo Samuel's coming off all his weird offseason stuff. So I would take the Bears +7 here, truthfully. At home, they have a great fan base. Justin Fields might be a better quarterback than Trey Lance. We'll see. I hate the Bears offense though this year, but I don't know. I like the Bears at home to start off the season against a shaky 49ers team.
Yeah, I mean, you never know how Trey Lance is going to come out and do. He's getting a lot of hype. 7-point spread is also a bit for me. The total's at 40.
I'm not touching that over. I mean, that's a game. I think last year it was like 16-13 or something. So
yeah,
that's 40 for a reason. You might not want to get played by that.
Yeah, it is low. It's a total I would also likely stay right away from. And if I'm gonna take the Bears, I'm gonna buy that half point.
Yeah,
I'm taking 7.5.
I'll buy that half point
minus
too,
120.
I'm not confident in even like 6.5 or 3.5.
I do trust this Bears defense a little bit. So at least shake up Trey Lance a little bit. 49ers run game is questionable, but their receiving core is pretty stacked, to say the least.
Yeah, 100%. But all the player props in this game are honestly not great.
Not touching any of them really.
If anything, you might want to take Brandon Ayuk over 3.5 receptions. I've heard a lot of great things about him and Trey Lance this offseason. But other than that, you're not going to want to touch Deebo Samuel probably. I don't know what's going to come out of him, especially with him rushing and receiving. You never know what you're gonna get. So, yeah.
Yeah. Next game, Packers at Vikings. No, even odds, both sides. Vikings were 1-point favorites.
Let's see what you think.
I'm taking the Vikings money line here.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with that. I think that the Bears are being underrated going into this season, no matter what.
The Bears?
Or sorry, the Packers. They still have Aaron Rodgers. They still have their good defense. They still have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Yeah, but they do not have the best wide receiver in the game, though. Yeah. So, I mean, that's going to hurt.
And Alan Lazard is out.
It doesn't mean that the Vikings are any better, though. That's all I'm saying. I don't think... You don't bet against Green Bay against NFC North teams. It just does not.
That's what everyone thinks. Sometimes it's not going to always be like that.
Yeah.
Vikings money line, they win outright. Don't overthink it. He's stuck in 2015.
I'm stuck in reality. You're just trying to believe what you want to believe in.
I know. Rodgers owns the Bears, obviously.
Rodgers owns the NFC North.
I'm aware, but the Vikings are going to surprise a lot of people this year. Vikings, Jaguars, playoffs. Mark
yeah, you
it.
heard it here, folks. Vikings, Jaguars, playoffs.
You did hear it here.
God, dude, yeah, that's a damn shame that that's live.
Jefferson. JJ.
All right. What do you think about that game, Mark? Vikings or Packers?
Yeah, is that America's game of the week?
I think it is. Either that or the Raiders Chargers are, but I think that's on CBS, so Fox usually has this one. What do you think, Mark? In Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Vikings. I'm not a Packers fan, and I've never really been, but I think Minnesota.
Fair. All right, next game is Chiefs Cardinals. Over under is at 54, highest of the week. Patty Mahomes is coming off a bittersweet ending to last year, losing to Joe Burrow.
Losing to Joe Shiesty.
Don't pull the camera again, please.
I won't.
Yeah, the over-unders, the spread
you good?
is at 6.5, favoring the Chiefs. I would take the Chiefs in this game, even though everyone's always, the Cardinals in the first half of the season, but they don't have DeAndre Hopkins. I don't trust Rondale Moore and, what's his name? Freaking Marquise Brown.
You want to know who I do trust? A.J. Green, wide receiver, Arizona Cardinals. The undisputed best wide receiver to ever step foot on a football field. A.J. Green, maybe.
Yeah, so Vikings, Jaguars playoffs, and A.J. Green's the best receiver to step foot on the field. A.J. Green's over-under is at 40.5. If you want to bet under on anything this weekend, bet it on that.
But I'll tell you what I love the over on, and that's Hollywood Brown at 65.5 yards.
Yeah, I don't hate that, but I also don't love it just because he's not good at football.
Oh, and I'm taking Cardinals plus 6.5.
Okay, yeah. So just disagree with me on everything about this game. Let's see let me see what Travis Kelce's reception props are at.
I'll go to it.
That's something that would intrigue me with Tyreek Hill out for...
Are you aware where this game is played?
Yeah, it's at Arizona. I don't give a flying fuck, though. Travis
6.5.
At 6.5. That's beautiful. He gets 9 receptions a game. So, over that, AJ Green's at 3.5. Billy, what do you think on that? James Conner?
If I would bet anything on AJ Green, it'd be overs on everything. I think he's going to have 2 touchdowns. He could have 2 touchdowns tomorrow. But that's just me speaking as an AJ Green lover. James Conner under 4.5.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know if you were saying over or under, but yeah, I don't.
That caught my eye. It's minus 160, but it still does catch my eye. And yeah, that's because
Chase Edmonds is not there though, which he's gonna get a lot more love on third down, but
he will.
That's a high number for a running
That
back,
is a high number.
especially for a big running
My
back.
favorite two players from this game, Cardinals plus 6.5, Marquise Brown over 65.5 yards.
Yeah, my favorite
Book
two
'em both.
plays are Chiefs minus 6.5 and Travis Kelce over 6.5 receptions. So next game is the favorite game of the week in my eyes. This will be fun.
Raiders at Chargers.
This game was, I think, the game of the year last year to close out the season.
Should have just tied.
Chargers blew it. Should have just tied. You're damn right. But Chargers come in at minus 180 money line, minus 3.5 on the spread. A lot of people think the Chargers could make a playoff run this year and go to the Super Bowl. Justin Herbert, MVP, all this stuff. I'm a Chargers fan myself, so
you just want to see it. You don't.
I just want to see it. I don't want to hear it anymore. I've seen the Chargers been hyped up before with Phillip Rivers. Justin Herbert is 1,000 times better than Phillip Rivers. But the Raiders have amped up on everything this offseason. They got Chandler Jones on their defensive line, who's proven that he's one of the best off the edge. Darren Waller's still there. They got Devontae Adams, the best wide receiver in the NFL. They still have Hunter Renfrow, who's one of the best slots in the NFL. Josh Jacobs is a slow cow on running back, so I don't give a fuck about him.
Speaking about on Darren Waller, his receptions dropped at 4.5. Derek Carr absolutely just peppered this guy last year. And now he should be a little more open.
Yes, but Devontae is there, who hauls in more than 7 balls a game usually.
He's at 6.5.
Hunter Renfro's there, who gets over like 5 or 6 a game as well. I like Darren Waller at 4.5, but
there's not that many other props I love from this game in terms of reception. But the next one that would catch my eye is the Mike Williams under 4.5.
I don't like that. I think Mike Williams is going to prove himself to be the best wide receiver on this offense this year. Keenan Allen's coming down. He's good, but he's not that deep guy that Justin Herbert loves to go to. So in that game, I would take the Chargers money line, probably minus 3.5 as well. Let's see what their point total is, because I think that's going to be a shootout. At 27.5,
4 touchdowns.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns. I'd take that.
Totals at 52 in general.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'll be a fun shootout game, I think.
And I think that takes us right in there. Sunday night. Oh, how could I forget? The Giants and Daniel Jones traveling to Tennessee to face the last king.
What a shit game this is.
What a shitter.
What a shit game.
5.5's the spread.
Titans at home. Week 1, they were at home against the Cardinals last year. Got blown out like by 38. No way Mike Vrabel lets that happen again this year, especially against the fucking Giants. Minus 5.5, minus 14.5 maybe. Moneyline parlay piece, that's immortal. I would take everything Titans in this game. Giants are going to be washed as hell this year. They drafted Kayvon Thibodeau, who already blew out his knee. Saquon Barkley's not himself with that terrible O-line that I could run through at 135. So
I love Saquon Barkley this year.
Yeah, this is a game where you just hammer the Titans on everything. Let's see some props. All right, Bill.
I'm pulling them up. Fucker.
Robert Woods at over 51.5 yards is something I like this year. Receptions are going to be awesome from him too.
I would hope he gets over 51.5 yards this year. I'm just saying I would hope.
Fucking smart ass here. 51.5 yards this game against the fucking Giants. He's a proven veteran in the league. He'll get a lot of touches from Ryan Tannehill. Treylon Burks is a new guy coming in, but he won't take anything too early in the year, so that's something I would take. Check his receptions prop for me, could you?
Who?
Robert Woods.
4.5.
Okay, yeah, hammer that 4.5. He gets like 11 with the Rams, so.
So I guess the Sunday night, take us to it, Mark. It's your team.
Dallas Cowboys against the Buccaneers, and the Cowboys are going to fucking lose, and
Oh, this guy.
This guy,
This
what
guy.
a confident Cowboys
What a
fan.
Cowboys
I'm just not
fan.
gonna watch the game. to
You're
be
hearing
honest with
from
you
I'm
him.
just not gonna.
They're
watch the game, to be
2.5
honest
point
with you.
dogs, and he's over
Your
here.
team is leading off on
2.5
primetime week
point
1 Sunday
dogs.
night against Tom Brady, and you're not gonna watch the game because you think they're.
I'm taking them outright.
Oh my god!
Honestly, I'm not gonna watch till they win.
Don't tell me you're taking the Cowboys out.
I'm taking the Cowboys outright.
Disgusting.
Thank
I
you,
am
Billy.
taking
Thank you, Billy, but
the Cowboys outright.
Tom Brady has never ever in his career lost to the Cowboys. He has never ever in his career lost to the Cowboys.
That sounds to me like the odds are in favor of a specific side.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I get from that personally.
Yeah. Cowboys lost Amari Cooper this offseason. Michael Gallup's out. They have Jalen Tolbert, though. Rookie coming out of fucking Tulsa that weighs about size that I do. So we'll see what happens there. Other than that, Zeke's about 35 and still eating oatmeal on the
How
sidelines.
about Tony Pollard, motherfucker?
Tony Pollard's a good back, but he'll never get playing time because they give all the money to Zeke to get him to watch him get 51 yards a week. So Buccaneers they still have Tom Brady, they still have Leonard Fournette, they still have Mike Evans, they still have Chris Godwin, they still have Cameron Brate, they still have their good defense. And
Do they have their good defense?
who do they not have that was on the
Who do
Super
they
Bowl
have?
team? Everybody, literally everybody. Vita Vea, Ndamukong Suh, Sean Murphy.
This is a gut
whatever.
feeling. This line is a trap line. Why are the Buccaneers only 2-point favorites? Vegas wants you to talk like this guy. Vegas is
Oh my
fucking
God.
licking their chops listening to this guy talk. They want you to take the Buccaneers. Cowboys win it outright.
Yeah,
alright.
just like they did week
I
1
don't-
last year too, huh?
Don't bet on teams. My teams.
Oh wait, they didn't.
Wow. Drops the hammer. Outright.
Yeah.
It's week 1. Anything.
If you want to
anything can happen.
if you want to get drunk on Sunday night, then bet the Cowboys. That's the play of the day.
Outright. Well, I think that'll wrap it up.
What about Monday night? We got the Monday night game, bro.
We don't even have to talk about that. Geno Smith's the quarterback. Broncos by 20.
Yeah.
-7. Hammer it.
All right, that's all we'll say about that.
Hammer it.
Fuck Russell Wilson. That's all I have to say.
Broncos Nation.
No, I'm not even gonna say it.
All right.
I'm not even gonna say it. Fuck him.
Broncos country.
Fuck you.
All right.
Who did?
Who day? Yeah, who day tomorrow? That's my parting message. Thanks for tuning in
Yes,
to the week
sir.
1
Enjoy your
NFL
Sundays.
Power Play podcast. And don't forget to rise and shine early and catch the Italian Grand Prix.
Yes, sir.
Monza.
Hammer Max tomorrow with everything.
Daniel Ricciardo starting P4. Can Ferrari bottle it again? I'll tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be a Ferrari 1-2 in Monza. You heard it on the Power Play pod. That's where you heard it from.
What a way to end it.
We'll see you guys later next
Okay,
week.
this happened.
Peace
Bolt up,
out.
baby. Let's go.
That's what-